What's up guys, RGT85 here, and today on the channel we're taking a look at a game that we talked about in the upcoming Nintendo Switch games for the month of May video. So if you watched that video, you are probably aware that I was looking forward to covering this game. And if you didn't watch that video, well, shame on you. You should go watch that video, it's really good. But this game we're talking about today is Sniper Elite V2 Remastered for the Nintendo Switch. Now this game will be releasing towards the middle of the month of May, but I did manage to get an early review copy of this game, so I sort of want to give you guys a preview of what to expect with this game, because admittedly I liked the first Sniper Elite game. I thought the first Sniper Elite game was actually really fun. I remember playing it on my Xbox, and it was very different than what a lot of World War II shooters were doing at that time. So having never played the second game in the series, I was definitely looking forward to checking this game out. Now there are some facets of the game that we won't be able to check out today. Like I said, things like multiplayer. There is online multiplayer in this game, but since I have an early review copy, there's really nobody playing this game online right now. So I'm going to follow this up in a subsequent video just to share my thoughts on the final product of this game. But as far as an initial preview, there are some things I want to talk about. So right now we're about to start this mission here, the middle work facility. It looks like we have to get into this mission and blow it up, infiltrate the facility, as you can see is our objective. And when you start out the levels, you basically get a different loadout. You could choose what sort of sniper rifle you want to use. I usually just go with the Springfield. I mean, that's something I'm familiar with. That was a gun that I used a lot in Call of Duty 2, which of course was a great World War II shooter. You also get a secondary weapon. We'll switch it up. We'll go with the MP44. You have a couple different weapons as far as your pistol is concerned. I like to go with the silence one. You get some grenades, you get some landmines, you get some trip mines, and you get a little bit of dynamite. And then you have your character select. We're just going to go with the standard main character of this game. Like I said, this is a World War II shooter, but it's kind of manages to stick out a little bit and be different than other World War II shooters because of the fact that it's based more on stealth. It's based more on being methodical and looking at your areas and taking advantage of those areas. You can't just really go into this game guns blazing, and that's always what I sort of liked about this game. It was sort of different than how a lot of World War II shooters were at that time. All right, we got a little radio something going on here. So you can see that, like I said, this is a game that was originally released a long time ago. This is the second game in the Sniper Elite series, and this is a remastered edition. So I think the environments look pretty good. You know, everything looks definitely cleaned up. There's a lot of HD lighting and HD textures going on. It still sort of feels like an older game though. If you've ever played a Rebellion game before, something like Rogue Trooper, you sort of get a feeling for how your character moves, and he sort of moves like the character does in Rogue Trooper. I'm not necessarily saying that it's bad, but it definitely feels a wee bit dated. It's definitely, you know, an older game being remastered in terms of graphics and sound. The sound quality in this game is actually really good. I really enjoyed the sound quality of this game, but from a perspective of how it plays, it definitely feels and plays a bit like a dated game, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Obviously, this is a budget title, so keep that in mind when looking at it. But like I said, you get a variety of different guns. You can switch guns here on the fly by using the directional pad on the Nintendo Switch. You also have a little set of binoculars, so that way you can look and see different enemies. You can also target these enemies. So we got this guy right here. We're about to take him out. And of course, the game is based on sniping. So let's go ahead and take this guy out. I don't know why I just threw that grenade at him, but you know, that's fine. Let's hold our breath. Oh, we got a good shot on him. This is why I really like the Sniper Elite. Look at that. Like, that is so cool. That is just awesome. And that is why I always enjoyed the Sniper Elite series, because of crazy stuff like that. When you get a good shot, when you target a certain body part, you get these cool close-ups where it follows the bullet, no matter how far the character is across the map, and then sinks in on the character, and then you hit him, and then he does that happens. So I really like that about this game. I always thought that's definitely one of the strong points of the game, is the fact that you get those really cool detailed kills when you take out a certain enemy. So let's get up here. Let's see if we could get a decent vantage point. So we're having to infiltrate this facility, and one of the things you got to keep in mind, like I said about this game, is you got to go slow. It's not like Sonic where you got to go fast. No, you got to go slow. And there are multiple difficulties, and the difficulties affect things like the bullet trajectory as far as realism is concerned, because it's kind of difficult, you know, as the game stands in order to get good shots and whatnot. You can hold your breath and this little red reticle comes up, as you can see there. That'll sort of guide your bullet a little bit more, so that way you know where the shot is going. But you definitely have to factor in things like that. They try to make this game a sort of realistic style, and it can be very challenging at times. Like, you'll die a good bit. Let's see what kind of kill we got here. So, like, look at the distance on that. Ooh, ooh, we got both of his legs. We got both of his legs. And that's a cool thing about this game, is bullets can actually, so if you got two guys lined up and you shoot a good enough shot, that bullet will go through both of them. And those are some of the coolest kills. There's actually in-game achievements that sort of, you know, tell you if you've done something like that. But that was a great shot. I am so glad I got a cool shot like that for you guys to see. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Bam. Let's see what we got here. And it never gets old. Like that doesn't, how could that ever get old? Cracking the guy's skull and the bullet going through, like, it just doesn't get old. You just have to have patience with this game, which is kind of weird because, as you guys know, I'm not really the most patient gamer in the world, but with this game, I do like stealth games, and I feel like they do a good job with this game. You can also loot corpses as well to get additional ammo for your guns. Sometimes you'll get guys that have a lot of ammo. Sometimes, like that time, we got, I think, 2 bullets for our sniper rifle. Who the hell is shooting at me? Okay, we got this guy over here. So he's bothering me. Let's go ahead and push forward a bit, though, because I believe he is the only guy left. And I'd like to show you guys more of the level than just this little area where I'm hiding in. But that's sort of the way the game works. And, you know, it works for me. You know, things like this, slow, methodical paced games, usually aren't something I get super into, but I've always enjoyed the Sniper Elite series because of that, because it just feels very different, you know, in the genre of first-person shooters. It all seems, no, don't kill me. Whew. It just seems all very similar, you know? You play one first-person shooter, and it almost feels like you've played them all. As far as my complaints are concerned with the game so far, it definitely feels dated in how sort of the environments are. So, like, for instance, this environment that we're in feels pretty linear, and that's how most of the environments feel. Like, I was just in a level that was like in a big city, and you would think there'd be lots of buildings that you could go into. There would be lots of different areas that you could check out in order to, you know, get better vantage points, but there really wasn't. And it's sort of just indicative of how, you know, games were at that time. You know, the technology wasn't quite there, so you had much smaller areas. You had much smaller areas where you could actually play the game, where you could actually get into the levels. So let's progress here. Like I said, dude, this game, you gotta be slow. You gotta be methodical. Let's get in this building here. There's also hidden things, like gold stashes that you can find. There's one right there. So we just found some gold, and like I said, you know, that's just sort of the in-game achievement system that you have. Basically just tracks, you know, you can find hidden gold stashes and stuff like that. Like I said, you know, it's a typical World War II story, Germans, Russians, all that stuff. Nothing you haven't really gone through before, but it's the gameplay that I like. You know, it definitely isn't the best looking game in the world. It definitely looks a bit dated. It feels a bit dated as well in terms of how your character moves and how your character controls. But I just enjoy the freshness, even though, you know, it's a remaster. I just enjoy the freshness of how the gunplay is, because you still don't see this really all that often, where, you know, sniping and stealth is your primary thing. It's more of just, you know, guns blazing, and that's fine. I love games that have you go in guns blazing, but I also love games that sort of switch it up a bit and, you know, do something a little bit different. All right, let's progress here. Did I get him? I think I got him. No, I didn't. He's still moving. Son of a bitch. And like I said, this game is pretty challenging. Like, you might be saying to yourself, well, you know, there's only 2 of them. Why don't you just run up on them with the MP44? But it's like, if you do that, like, there's a good chance that you will die. Like, the characters in this game have very good shots. I feel like we can get into the area from over here, though. It seems like they're sort of running. Yeah, okay, so this is how we get into the area. Let's go ahead and see where our marker is. So our marker's over there. So we got a little ways to go. Oh God. Woo! That was a lucky shot. I'm not gonna say that was skill. That was clearly luck. But you know what? Looks like, all right, looks like we have a last generation character here. Oh God, I missed him. How embarrassing is that? Well, that was a nice little effect. Can't believe I missed a guy that was just standing there, running in place, doing the running man. Oh, what do we got? Oof, back of the leg. All right, I think we're clear here. Oh, it looks like we got a guy over here. Let's take out the MP44. Come on, go down. Oh wow. See, that almost killed me right there. This one guy right over here almost killed me with a long distance MP44, I'm assuming he has, or something German probably. Ooh, this is gonna be satisfying. Kaboom! Like, see, things like that to me are super cool, you know? And how it slows time down and how it shows you the explosion and how it impacted the character right there. Oh my God. I threw it all away. Oh my God. That totally caught me off guard. I thought we were in the clear. But you know what? That is a good little stopping point for us. I think you guys got a good feeling of what this game is about. And it's a game that I like. You know, it's not a perfect game. It might be a game that you want to wait on a discount for it. But if you like slower paced games and you like stealth mechanic games, I think this is a really fun game. It's going to be coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, along with Steam, I believe, as well, along with the Nintendo Switch, which is the version we've been looking at today. And it's just a really fun series. If you like slower paced games, I think you'll have a good time with this game, and just be very careful because you'll probably die a lot and unintentionally. So thanks for checking out this video. Let me know what you think of this game in the comments section down below. And as always, be sure to check out other videos on the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.